All right guys, today we're checking out the Hiley Tiger 10 V5. So on first glance, this is a dual motor scooter, plenty of power, and it looks to be a little bit more of a compact design in terms of the deck area. Anyway, let's walk through all the features. Front and rear hub motor. Together you have 1200 watt rated and 3400 watt peak power. So this is really ideal for an area with a lot of inclines. We have 10-inch tubeless tires with a street tread. Back here we have the nut 4-piston hydraulic disc brakes. We also have an adjustable front hydraulic suspension, integrated front fender, heavy-duty latching system. We also have an NFC card, so to turn on the scooter you hold down the power button. You get some P settings over here. Swipe the card, and this is your dashboard. Hold down the light button, turn on the headlight. Nice and bright integrated front headlight. You also have some ambient lighting on the sides over here, so this will definitely make you visible at night. There's also an app that you could get. It's called Duoco Strip. So if you click into it, you could change the lighting parameters. You see, cycle through all the different lighting depending on how you like it. Ergonomic rubber grips. Here's a look at the nut hydraulic disc brake lever, power button, horn. Pretty loud. You also have turn signals, so we'll hit the left and you'll see how the turn signals are mounted right up top, very high so vehicles can see you. That's the right. This is what it looks like in the rear. Sequential signals. Squeeze the brake and you get a flashing brake indicator when you squeeze it. Decent center mounted color LCD display, right hand thumb throttle. Here's a latch for when you fold it. Show you guys in a second what that looks like. Charging ports over here, so you can put 2 chargers if you want to charge it quicker. This is the foot deck, like I said, pretty compact, and the surface is pretty grippy. Here's the rear footrest. I love that it has a handle over here to grip it when you're carrying it around. Some scooters that we reviewed don't have this, and it makes it a lot harder to carry it. Here's a look at the nut hydraulic disc brakes in the rear, integrated rear fender, adjustable rear suspension. For battery, we have a 60 volt, 25 amp hour battery made with Samsung cells, and the frame is made from 6061 aluminum. So for throttle modes, you have 5 different throttle levels, and then if you hold down the M button, you could turn on dual motor mode. So you have single motor, 5 modes, dual motor, 5 modes. So plenty of options depending on how you like to ride. And the total weight of the Hiley Tiger 10 V5 is about 66 pounds. Here's how you fold down the scooter. So here's a heavy duty latch. First you have to turn the knob here, safety feature, and then you pull down the latch. And then you'll notice the hook comes off. So when you put it back on, this has to hook under there. And then we have a knob over here that you pull, and then you slowly lower it. The latch over here hooks onto the footrest, and then you can lift it up. So now that we've gone over all the features, let's take it out for its first ride.
In 3, 2, 1. Little spin off the launch there. Could have been a little better, but oh, we're losing the hat. All right, we gotta fix the hat. We gotta try that again. 3, 2, 1. Okay, a little bit better launch that time anyway, so. Oh yeah, we're cooking now, but we're going downhill, so. Little bit cheating, but 51 mile an hour, that's pretty good. 52, I see on the dash. I don't know how true that is on the Dragy, but we'll see. Yeah, this thing hauls. And it's really smooth up at top speed. It's not, there's no like speed wobbles or anything. So that's really nice. Because that's like the biggest issue with scooters that go above 50 is once they get about 50, they get a little scary. This one feels very stable. Uphill speed test now in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Good little launch there. Yeah, unlocking this thing was a bit of a voodoo ritual, but we got it to work out. But yeah, even uphill, it's still pulling pretty good. Now we're gonna have a little bit of a downhill and then a big uphill. But we got traffic, of course.
All right guys, first ride with the Hiley Tiger 10 V5. We'll start on power level 1 and single motor mode. Get right into it. Okay, this is level 1. I'm pinning the throttle down. And I'm maxing out at, about 9 miles per hour, 10. Yeah, very slow. Not sure. I mean, you know, for a beginner, it's not too bad. If you want to like extend your range, definitely a good mode to be in. But let's go up to power level 2 now. All right, a little bit more pickup, very responsive. I do like the suspension. I can feel it over this pretty cracked parking lot. Let's go up to power level 3 now, still single motor mode. Yeah, it's subtle, but definitely a little more power in that mode. All right, let's go to dual motor mode now. Hold down the M button. Whoa. I'm only on power level, oh, now I'm on power level 5. Woo! Yeah. I mean, if you've never ridden a dual motor electric scooter, definitely brace yourself for that initial off the line power. And yeah, very, very nice. So far, so good. Very easy to maneuver. Foot deck feels pretty comfortable. See how this thing can climb a hill. Whoa, and no problem. Oh, the dual motor is like pretty powerful. It's like kind of like jerking me up and down. Let's get off this grass. The suspension could be a little bit better. Woo! Yeah, definitely a little too much for the off-road, but the tune it's okay. But that in that dual motor, you know, full power mode, it's pretty twitchy. I wish it just maybe had a little bit of a smoother curve on the ramp up, but not too bad. All right, I guess we could do a brake test. Full power, dual motor, power level 5, and hit the brakes. Woo!
The Hiley Tiger 10V5 weighs in at 66 pounds. With a frame made from durable 6061 aluminum, it features a clean modern design with integrated headlights, tail light, and turn signals. There's also ambient lights along the deck. Access is handled through an NFC unlock system, keeping things secure. This scooter runs on dual 1200-watt motors, with peak output reaching 3,400 watts. This gives it a top speed of up to 47 miles per hour. The 60-volt, 25-amp-hour battery can deliver between 50 and 55 miles of range, depending on terrain, rider weight, and power level. For comfort, it's equipped with front and rear hydraulic suspension, 10-inch tubeless tires, and 4-piston hydraulic disc brakes. A thumb throttle on the right side rounds out the setup.
So I got it in just the rear motor mode right now, and it is very tame. I got it in mode 2. We're gonna kick it up into mode 5. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I love the dual motor scooters, because if you're just trying to cruise, the single motor is plenty. And even for like things like this where it's not like a super crazy hill, it has plenty of power to make it up. So that's always nice. The suspension, could be better, but it's a little soft, I think, in the front, and I think it's a little stiff in the rear, which, you know, that's, you know, whatever. You can probably customize that fairly simply. Let's put it into dual motor mode. Oh yeah, that front tire is just losing grip. So back down the hill here, off the curb. Yeah, I think the front suspension is a little soft. The rear is pretty good, actually, I think. It might be a hair on the stiff side, but it's pretty good. It's pretty funny when you take off on this thing, because it just wants to do a wheelie just from the power itself, and then once the front tire starts going off the ground, all the power gets transferred to it, so then it comes back down. So it's almost like wheelie control. It's kind of funny. And the front shock is just so bouncy, it just It just pops it right up. But yeah, I mean, I guess for wheelies though, that's kind of good because you could just bop it up really easy. And, you know, you don't have to really use the throttle to get up to balance point, but yeah, what a cool scooter. I mean, I wish I could wheelie stuff with thumb throttles. Thumb throttles are not my friend, but yeah, the brakes work good. Everything works great.
First impressions with the Hiley Tiger 10 V5. Pretty impressive. The deck does feel a little bit short. The footrest over here was not bad. Very grippy, so no complaints there. The dual motor setup, really strong. If you live in an area with a lot of inclines, this could definitely take all of the inclines. It could definitely hit a very large slope if you needed it to. The ambient lighting is pretty cool. You can connect it to the app, so you could change the colors if you wanted to. I'd say it's a pretty good option compared to a lot of the dual motor scooters out there. I feel like the suspension was okay, just like riding with like potholes and cracks in the road, but taking it off on the grass, it was a little bit more uncomfortable than I thought it would be. If you're looking for a high-powered scooter that you could ride potentially in the bike lanes, but also transition into the street, if you need to keep up with traffic in like 30, 40 mile per hour traffic, it can do it. Other than that, pretty decent ride.
The Hiley Tiger 10 V5 packs decent power for the price, with strong dual motors and solid torque that make it a blast to ride. However, the suspension leans a bit stiff, and unlocking the full speed takes more steps than it probably should. So what do you think of the Hiley Tiger 10 V5? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.